Hello and welcome back to the Hype Bulletin, hosted by yours truly, Ralph Mentor, where the Knicks are one game away of going to the NBA Finals and all. The World Cup has finally started, and the Boston Red Sox. Let's get it started. And if you guys are catching in onto the YouTube and all, YouTube Live, I should say at least, please press on that subscribe button, share, and like to help support the podcast and all. And if you guys are catching this on the playback on the YouTube side, same. I forgot the action. I guess action. I have to get those words right and all too as well. But yeah, press on the subscribe button, share, and like to help support the podcast. And if you guys are catching this on the playback on the podcast side, like Apple, Spotify, and Overcast. Leave us a rating and all too as well, and continue listening and share. Same old thing, share, like, and all too as well on your social media and things of that nature and all too as well. But what is it? Where we are, June 11th today and all too as well, where the Knicks are one game away of clinching their first NBA Finals title since 1973 and all too as well. I'm trying to think. Last time I was on, I think it was Tuesday or last Monday, one of those 2 days and all too as well, where the series didn't start yet. When did it start? Wednesday. Yeah, it started last Wednesday, and game two was on Friday and all too as well. What's it called there? Where we had, well, the Spurs have basically led. I mean, we're going to do this analytical joke and all too as well and all, but we're looking at a Spurs team that has led for like 155 minutes of the potential. What did I find out? Like 180 minutes or something like that, the whole series and all, too as well. And they're down 3-1 going into game five and all too as well. No, but in the first game, I'm trying to remember, because I think in the first game they've had leads in all these games and all too as well. I'm trying to remember I think. I feel like they had a 14-point lead, and the Knicks walked them down in the fourth quarter, able to come back. And ironically, OG Anunoby had himself a big end of the third quarter to start that run and all too as well. And we'll get to him for his game four heroics and all too as well. But at least, catching up from the last time I was on and all too as well. Let me switch the screen. Let's do, there we go. Let me have some fun here. Give me a second while I get all technical and all too as well. Boom. Boom. Ooh, does that look good? That looks all right. I guess that looks all right. But Knicks came back and won that game by 10. Yeah, I don't even remember it like that and all too as well. But Jalen Brunson was dealing with I think he got got hit in the knee and then landed wrong on his ankle and all too as well. So he had himself a rough start and all too as well. But we were able to see, in my opinion, like in the first two games, I was going to give Cat like NBA Finals MVP and all too as well, because I thought he was playing just playmaking wise. I thought he was playing well, and he was kind of matching Wemby's impact for the Spurs side and all too as well. But for the Spurs, again, back to the Knicks at least and all too as well. Again, like the Spurs keep having these leads and all too as well, but the Knicks keep coming back and winning these games and all too as well. In game one, as I mentioned and all, they were down 14, able to come back in that game and all too as well. I think game two was different, where the Knicks were actually up going into the fourth quarter and all. I think down 14. Yeah, the Spurs were down 14 and all, and they were making that into a game. But unfortunately, in these clutch moments and all too as well, the Knicks are outplaying the Spurs and all too as well in those type of same scenarios and all too as well. So going into San Antonio, you would thought the Spurs would have the advantage, and I think in both games they were favored and all too as well, but only lost both games, I should say, in their two home games, I should say, at least and all too as well. Now going back to New York in game three and all too as well. And I feel like I'm seeing a pattern right now with the Spurs and all too as well, for their game three win at least and all too as well, but still. They were up. Were they up big? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they were up pretty big in the fourth quarter. Like a double-digit lead at least, and all too as well. And then the Knicks came back into that game, but they were able to hold them off and all too as well in that game and all. But I feel like this point that I kind of want to bring up and all, because it's obvious to see. And then I'll get into game four and all that. The youth is hurting the Spurs in the way where they're not playing well in these clutch situations, at least and all too as well. I'll get into game four and all in the same scenario. Let me go back to game one. Let me bring it back. Yeah, I'm trying to recollect everything over the last week at least and all. Yeah, end of the scenario. What game was it? I think it was game two. I'm trying to remember. I think it was game two. As obviously you can see by the score here, or at least behind me, at least in all. Game one, Knicks came back and won that game. They won by 10. But in game two, last Friday at least and all too as well, close game and all too as well, clutch situation and all. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if Brunson just missed the shot and all too as well, but the Spurs got the rebound. Wemby, ironically, got the ball and he swung it up to Castle way too early, and unfortunately there was a turnover. Brunson got fouled, made one of two free throws and all too as well, but on the other side, Wemby had a chance to win the game and all, and then missed the basket, missed the shot, unfortunately, and all too as well. So there's in game two there was a clutch situation there where they didn't handle it well at all and all too as well. Shout out to Castle in game three, recollecting, but hit some big free throws and all too as well. Now I bring it back. Now that's what I'm trying to get to game four, where Wemby had some big free throws. I think it was like a minute left. It felt like 59 seconds left and all. And this comeback that the Knicks had, and I'll catch up and talk about that and all too as well and all. But just to like the where I thought, where my worries were with the youth thing, even though youth has obviously worked out over the last couple seasons in the NBA and all too as well and all. When we missed two big free throws, like backrimmed them strong too. Pause. But it wasn't anything like a double rim, double rim type of thing and all too as well. Just blatantly missed both free throws and all. And another thing I want to bring up and all too as well, like when you look into going into game one, there's some rest, but still the Spurs are coming off a 7-game series. I think on a Sunday, and they started the series against the Knicks and all. So I can't say too much there. And all too as well, they ended up losing by 10 and didn't even score 100 points. I think every other game they scored 100 points and all too as well. But you go into game two where Wemby makes that mistake and all too as well. There's only 1 day of rest going into game two, and I'm curious if fatigue is getting to him and all too as well. Game three, he finished a shit ton more stronger. The whole team, to be real honest, I don't think it's just a Wemby thing when I'm bringing in this fatigue thing with the young players at least and all too as well. But I do think it's a part of a factor and all too as well, because look how they finished out game four, where they had a 29. Let me go get into the game and all, but they had a 29-point lead going into the fourth quarter and all, or fourth quarter going into after halftime. They had a 29-point lead against the Knicks and all. I think they nearly scored 80 points in that game and all too as well. Ended up only scoring 106, right? 106 for the rest of the game and all too as well. And they had like 76, 77 points going into halftime and all too as well. But again, with the 1 day off and all, I'm curious if legs gave out in that scenario and all too as well. The same way they were up 29, you can argue why are you taking so many threes. We'll get into De'Aaron Fox and all too as well, his decision making throughout that game four and all too as well, and throughout his time in the series and all too as well, because you can argue Spurs got the youth thing, but Fox is playing like shit, and he's like he's the vet on the team and all too as well. But still, just a real back, but I can go anywhere with this series. It's been a very fascinating series and all too as well, I'm not gonna lie. But again, with the whole the whole youth thing that I'm attributing to the Spurs at least and all too as well, I'm curious if fatigue is a factor and if it could help them going forward and all, because now every other game is going to be 2 games rest at least and all too as well. Game 5 will be on Saturday. Today was a rest day. Tomorrow will be a rest day and all too as well. As I was seeing too, looking at the schedule, if there was a game 6, it would be on Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, another 2-day rest there. And if they're able to push it all the way to game 7, excuse me, wow, hitting everything right now. But yeah, if they're able to force it to a game 7, it'd be on Friday. Obviously, it'd be a Wednesday and a Thursday. Day off and all too as well. So I'm curious, even though they look tired obviously in game 4, something happened. Devin Vassell didn't look the same. Stephon Castle outside the big free throws he made again in game 4 and all, just at least keep it close until the big plays by OG Anunoby. I'll get to it and all too as well and all. This just seems like fatigue is a factor and all too as well. De'Aaron Fox is no excuse there. Wemby I brought up too, with the whole fatigue thing and all too as well. Carter Bryant and Keldon Johnson have been inconsistent. Keldon Johnson I shouldn't have that excuse for. This guy played on the FIBA team, early in his career and all too as well. He shouldn't have those type of excuses and all, but he's been inconsistent and all too as well. And also, like I mentioned too to start this and all too as well, over the, I had the number because I can't do this type of math this quickly in my head. 40 times 4. Yeah, out of the 192 minutes played in this game so far, no overtime, right? No overtime, and all too as well. The Spurs have led it for 155 minutes and all, and the Knicks have only led it for 37 minutes or so, and all too as well. So the fact that they're down 3-1 is, I feel like there's a couple of tripping factors there. Obviously, clutch, in the clutch, you trust the Knicks more with guys like Jalen Brunson, obviously, the way OG Anunoby has played over this whole series and all too as well. You obviously trust those guys more in the clutch than, Stephon Castle with his shot. You would think you trust De'Aaron Fox, clutch player of the year, quote unquote, clutch player of the year back in what 23 and all too as well. But the right ankle thing is probably a factor, but still, there's a lot of bad decisions and all too as well. So I keep bringing him up. So let's bring him up and all too as well. I think in game one, the guy only had 7 points and all too as well. In game two, if I remember correctly, what was it? Yeah, game two. Game two and all, and that whole scenario with Wemby turning over the ball with like 10 seconds left on the clock and all too as well. Just had himself a patent, mid-range jumper that could have tied the game, I think, at 97-97. Just blatantly missed that one and all too as well. But I really want to talk about him in game four. Obviously, the big play of him grabbing a loose ball and going up the court against somebody right in front of him, and OG Anunoby again just had himself a great game. And we'll get to the positive and all too as well, but I'll focus on the Spurs at least enough for the time being. But yeah, just outside of that, that bad play could have just reeled it back or gone under the rim and burned some clock and caught a foul and all, and got to the free throw line, which is under. Yeah, we're sitting under with 13, 12 seconds left in the game and all too as well. If that scenario happens and all too as well, ends up going for a basket. I mean, you can argue if he was fouled or anything like that, but still too late. Didn't matter anyway. No one has a challenge. The play didn't stop and all too as well. So in this scenario, bad decision there. But I'm trying to focus on the scenario when he got over half court and he just flinged the ball on the other side of the court to Stephon Castle. Again, they're just giving the ball to Stephon Castle in scenarios where he's not paying attention all too as well. And it was just a bad turnover and all. And this is when the Knicks are walking them down. Like I said, it was a 29-point lead coming out of halftime to begin the third quarter. The Knicks got it down to was 29. So I'm thinking, yeah, they got to 18 for a bit, and then they were able to get it down to 15 going into the fourth quarter and all. And then once I saw it get to single digits, I got nervous for the Spurs and all too as well, because they just weren't finding anything easy for themselves and all too as well. I did like what they were doing, but I just think they were willy-nilly with it. Like they were basically throwing the ball to Wemby just throwing it up to him when he got inside the paint and all, I thought it was a good idea, but you just can't throw it all willy-nilly. You gotta aim it a bit. Just not throw it up to the guy and all too as well. I know he's 7'5" and otherworldly and all too as well, but still I like the idea, because that's the problem that the Spurs are dealing with in these clutch situations, because they have no easy offense. Now look at the Knicks. You can go to Jalen Brunson and all too as well. You got Cat, like I said, Cat in the first two games was definitely a big playmaker for them and all too as well. And you got OG Anunoby, who's been clutch. Even in Mikal Bridges, even though he's been he's probably been silent this whole series. In game two, he had one of his best games probably his playoff career and all too as well. I think he missed one shot. I think it was his first shot, and was able to reel off 8 straight in a row and all too as well. And also, guys have performed in clutch situations before. When you look at the Spurs, first time, big, high, first time in the playoffs at least and all too as well. You can understand their struggles and all too as well, but they do lack easy offense and all too as well. And again, I'm putting that on De'Aaron Fox because he has not showed up and all. I went into a tangent, but game one, 7 points and all too as well. Like I said, game two, didn't had a chance to tie the game and all too as well. Even though Wemby had his mistake and all too as well, these are mistakes that you can avoid the mistakes further, in my opinion, and all too as well. And that's what he ended up doing there and all in game two and all. Game three, he didn't play. I wasn't all that impressed and all. Stephon Castle was huge for the Spurs in game three and all. I think he dropped 30. Let me double check. Let me double check real quick. If he didn't drop 30, he dropped close to it. Victor 32. Okay, Castle 23. He just had a great first quarter, or first half, I should say. Everyone else picked up, I guess at that point. For Fox, Fox only had 12 points and all too as well. I get the whole right ankle injury. I'm the type of person, to make it this far, you gotta, one of the things you need is attrition and all too as well. I know he's been dealing with it and all too as well. But you're looking at a guy like OG Anunoby was dealing with the hamstring injury, and look how big he's been and all too as well. So let's get to him for his big performance and all too as well. It's on the thumbnail of this episode and all too as well. But even with the tip-in and all, and even with the block shot, obviously, of De'Aaron Fox, before all that and all too, so I think he dropped how many points did he drop? I think he had 25 points. Let's get it. Let me get it up. Because it was big shot after big 33. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure about the 30 part, so that's why I want to say it at least. No, but it was just big shot after big shot from the guy and all too as well, from the wing, from the corner, just big shots from OG and Anunoby and all too as well. But like I said, mentioned in game one when they were down by 14 and all too as well, it was really him sparked that run and all too as well. Now, like I said in the first two games, I would have given it to Cat as their Finals MVP. I get Jalen Brunson is your preemptive, Finals MVP favorite if the Knicks win the championship and all too as well. But I just think, I don't know, look at the shooting numbers that Brunson has had. I just think Cat has been huge in those first two games in San Antonio. But like I mentioned with OG Anunoby in Game 1, I really think he sparked it. We sparked that run in the third quarter and all when he hit some big threes in the corner and all too as well. There's a good point that my buddy's mentioning up in the chat and all too as well, talking about this game. A couple of Knicks fans, well, one converting it to a Knicks fan and all too as well, but we'll see. We'll see how the series ends and all too as well. But still, OG Anunoby's the only one not scared to drive on to drive on Wemby and all too as well. With he's got no reckless he's got reckless abandon, I should say. What's it called? They're driving to the rim against Wemby and all too as well. I wouldn't put that against Cat and all too as well. Like I said, the first two games he's played well and all too as well. I really think Brunson's really taken over their offense and all too as well. And you can see, you can understand why too as well. He's going for the kill and all too as well. I can understand people saying like he's ruining the offense and all too as well, which I think is a fair point and all too as well with the talent that they have. But you can see the guys going for the kill and all too as well. In the end of the Game 4 in the fourth quarter and all too as well, he hit some big threes at the top of the key and all, going for that proverbial kill and all too as well. I don't want to come off like that and all too as well. But OG Anunoby's just been huge for the Knicks throughout the whole series and all too as well. Like I said, Mikal Bridges was big for them in Game 2 and all too as well. They slacked off a bit in Game 3 and all too as well. There's a lot of questions about why, what I mean? Things have slacked off for the Knicks in Game 3 and all too as well. There was a distraction in the building throughout the whole day and all too as well. So you can say that. If we're talking basketball at least and all, I really do attribute the extra day for the Spurs and all. I really think that's really going to help them over the next, if they can make a comeback and all, I really think that's going to be a part of it and all too as well. And all, I really think, the lack of experience, an extra day of film, an extra day of rest and all can mean something for them. A team like the Knicks and all, like I mentioned with OG Anunoby, he's dealing with a hamstring injury. A guy like that can deal working with an injury and all. I can't give that excuse for De'Aaron Fox and all too as well. So he's out of that picture and all too as well. The guy's not a grizzled vet, but the guy's a vet enough. Look at these young stars these days and all too as well. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper around their team. Another guy who's played well for the Spurs and all. But again, just a bit inconsistent and all. Bad shots, bad shot decisions from time to time too as well. Even though Dylan Harper's looked mean in certain scenarios and all too as well, you just see the youth on the other side too as well, especially in the clutch situations with him and Castle and all too as well. Castle still has the innate, unfortunate ability of turning over the ball and all too as well. And that's why I'd be disappointed in De'Aaron Fox that he be turning, having these boneheaded plays as a vet guy. You need that guy to be more of a stable guy. And I'm seeing 12 points here, 7 points there and all too as well. You would anticipate a more impact and all too as well. But that's a tangent again. Back to OG Anunoby at least and all. It's hard for me not to fathom him not being the NBA Finals MVP and all too as well. It's just big plays on both sides and all. No different how Jaylen Brown, make big plays defensively and offensively for the season 24 and all. OG Anunoby's not doing anything different, than something like that too as well, honestly. It's just not the Game 4 thing. I just think he's been there for Game 1. He was huge for them in Game 1 and all. Game 4, real huge and all. But I get it. Brunson's your preemptive finals MVP favorite if the Knicks win and all too as well. The guy's averaged, I think he's averaging a little, if not a little over, a little under 30 points per game and all too as well. The shooting percentage ain't great and all too as well. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to get all this hype for field goal percentage as a guard and all too as well, I don't find it impressive what Jalen Brunson's doing. First two games, I was impressed with what Cat was doing and all. I just think he was owning the Wemby, him in the Wemby matchup and all too as well. So, but OG Anunoby, like I said, the Game 1 third quarter, big spark for that team for their comeback and all. And then Game 4, he was just all over the place, shot making defensively and all too as well. It was just all over the place for them. And then that big tip in, no one boxed him out with that with the last what we're saying that the last 5 seconds or 7 seconds they had that possession and all. No one's boxing him out and all too as well. You had Wemby and Fox on Brunson. So unfortunately for the crash, nobody was there to box out OG Anunoby and all too as well. So you look at the Knicks at 3-1, one game away of clinching the first title since 1973 and all too as well. I picked them in 6 and all too as well. I don't think the series is over though, because that's why this whole extra day thing, the youth thing, the Spurs have shown resilience the whole series and all too. The whole playoff run and all too as well. They're mad talented and all. Like I mentioned, they've led for 155 minutes. compared to the 37 minutes that the Knicks have led throughout the game and all. It's just these clutch situations they've played bad in. And I feel that's why I bring up the extra day and all for Game 3. They could have blown it too as well, and the Knicks could have swept this series. I could be talking about the Knicks winning the championship right now and all too as well. I really think, even though people want to bring up Donald Trump and all that ish, that's the name I guess I was avoiding the whole time. But but I feel like the extra day really did help the Spurs in the clutch scenario against the Knicks and all. Every game going forward is a must-win for them, so the desperation's gonna be high and all. And the extra day could help in the film room for a young team, first time in the playoffs and all, sitting there and 5 games in to the NBA Finals and all too as well. So I can understand, the hiccups that they can have too as well. They can easily have a run where they can play some perfect basketball and all. Next thing you know, we're in Game 7 and all too, or Game 6 in the close game. Let me not go that far, but can easily see the Spurs win Game 5 in a blowout, no mind you, and all too as well. When you think of teams that have come back from these type of scenarios, just my Celtics running down 0-3 to Miami, unfortunately, and all too as well. But they won themselves a close Game 4 in Miami, blew them out, or won convincingly. Let me say that at least, in Game 5, and won that close game in Game 6 in Miami and all. Game 7's Game 7. I don't want to go too deep into that and all too as well. But there was another scenario I was thinking of too, where a team was down and they came, down 3-1, and they were able to win Game 5 big. And, Game 6 was a close game and all too as well. I had it in my head earlier today. It's not coming back. If it pops back, I'll mention it and all too as well. So I don't think the series is over like that, at least. And all. I feel like the Knicks haven't been the dominant team and all too as well over over the 4 games and all. Just look at the stats and all too as well in that sense. But they have been great in the clutch scenario and all. Can the Spurs just blow this team out so they don't have to be in the clutch scenario and all? I guess that's their fair question and all too as well. But I don't think the series is over. I think this has been too good of a series. A lot of people have said 7, you know what I mean, and all too as well, or 6 at least, and all too as well, because no one can see. I can understand if you don't think the Knicks can win in San Antonio, even though I didn't anticipate Knicks fans traveling over there too. They're doing that too, and all too as well. Apparently, even for Game 5 and all too as well. But I just don't think it's over yet. If the Knicks won, I think it wins. Like I said, I think if the Knicks win, they win in 6. I think if the Spurs won, they won in 7. I did think if there was a team that could, dominate throughout the series, it would be the Spurs and all. When the time to lead, the time led thing gives me that, but at the same time, you have to give the Knicks credit for their clutch scenarios. They've been completely dominant in the clutch scenario compared to like 3/4 of the game. The Spurs have basically been dominant and all too as well. So you're looking at the difference in that one and all too as well. I would have said too that Cat was the big difference maker or the big X factor, I should say, for the Knicks and all. First 2 games I would have given it to him, but now I'm gonna have to give it to OG. It's not even close, at least in all too as well. Especially with his attack towards Wemby, I think has been very, very consistent and all too as well, and has been a difference maker and all. I thought Cat can do that, but the fact that even now OG's doing it and doing it more, I think doing it with a more impact than Cat is because of his foul trouble. Cat's just making stupid fouls and all too as well throughout the games and all too as well. So that's that'd be my thing there. Obviously, my big X factor for the Spurs is De'Aaron Fox and all. And he just hasn't shown up. Period. If it wasn't a big game for Stephon Castle in Game 3, I think the Spurs would have gone swept at this point and all too as well. So he was huge for them. You're gonna need De'Aaron Fox to have a run at this point and all too as well. He's definitely capable. I don't know if he doesn't feel comfortable in that Spurs offense still and all too as well. He's only been there for a year and a half and all too as well. One disappointing thing about him too as well, he couldn't lead that team to a playing scenario when Wemby was out and all too as well. So that's why I had got these fair questions about De'Aaron. I'm a fan of De'Aaron Fox. I like De'Aaron Fox. I feel like if I were to replicate my game to somebody, because I had the certain traits and all too as well, De'Aaron Fox has those and all too as well. So I got no issue with De'Aaron Fox and all too as well. I just think he just hasn't played well. Like the decision making is the huge thing, honestly, because he's their point guard. He's the lead guard, in my opinion. And Stephon Castle's looked more of their lead guard in this series more than he has, and all too as well. Devin Vassell has been more consistent. Offensively, at least, more than De'Aaron Fox and all too as well. So I put a lot on this plate and all too as well. I think if the Spurs have any chance of coming back and winning this series, or at least forcing a Game 6 in New York, he's got to show up more than like 12, 13 points in these games. Got to have like a 20-point game, just one big half, honestly, too as well. Got to find some confidence too as well. I feel like he's lacking that too as well and all too. So, but we'll see. Knicks are, like I said, Knicks are 1 game away and all too as well. Definitely, in their favor and all too as well. Especially with what Game 6 is going to be in New York for them and all too as well. I'm not going to say they're going to play for that I'm pretty sure they're going for the jugular and all too as well. But I do anticipate a tight, do anticipate what's it called there, a level of desperation from the Spurs and all too as well. I think these 2 days are huge. I think if they lost, they lost on Wednesday, today's Thursday. If they were playing tomorrow, it could be a huge factor to them maybe not coming out as strong as they should be for Game 5 and all. But with 2 days off, the whole youth thing and all too as well, I really think it's a part of it. It could help them in this scenario too as well. So. I give him a chance. I really think there's a Game 6 on Tuesday, and maybe I'm recording before then and all too as well. We'll see. I feel like I want to record again before Game 7 if there's a Game 7 and all too as well. If not, after the Knicks win and all, and now I'll get into my next topic and all too as well, which is the World Cup, which has started today. I missed the game today, and ironically I'm recording, so I'm missing another game right now. I think it's Korea. No, yeah, Korea versus Czech, right? Czech Republic. Yeah, that was Slovenia. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, no. But that's getting started and all too as well. Do a quick run with the World Cup and all too as well, and then talk about that team, that baseball team in Boston right now too as well. So that should be exciting. But for the World Cup and all, we had excuse me, Mexico opened things up and all against South Africa and all too as well. Oh wow, shit ton of red cards. Yeah, I was at Lids today working today. My buddy was telling us like 3 red cards in the game. Was it 3 or 2? Was it 4? Yeah, 3 red cards. Yeah, we got 3 red cards in that game and all. Was it one in the 90 minute? Yeah, you got one in the 90 minute too. Extra time too. Oh shit, it's kind of funny. But it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. 3 red cards in the first game and all too as well. The funny joke too as well is like there was a black dude in Mexico that scored the goal against South Africa and all too as well. I like to be funny like that. I'm just being funny, being coy in a way and all too as well. But no, but shout out to Mexico. They beat. Let me get the score there. But yeah, they beat South Africa 2-0 and all too as well. First, like I said, first game of the opener. What was this? This was in. Yeah, my buddy told me Mexico City. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, Mexico City. Kind of dope. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Canada's gonna be playing in. Let's go back. Canada's gonna be playing somewhere in Toronto, I would think, right? Tomorrow. I think they're that. Well, that's tomorrow's. Yeah, they're in Toronto tomorrow. But what's it called there? What's it called there? Yeah, what I say? I'm all over the place right now. Yeah, South Korea and Czech play today. Yeah, you can't see it. You can't see it. There it is, right there. Right there, right above me, right there, right there. But yeah, just filling it in, just filling it in at this point, and I'll do as well. But yeah, I'm only talking about this though because we got Haiti playing Scotland on Saturday and all too as well. Very excited. Found myself a little soccer pub, so definitely visiting that on Saturday and all too as well. It'd be packed apparently. First time I was trying to go last year, and it was packed. I couldn't find a seat, so definitely gonna make time to do that and all. But very excited about that. I'm catching the game in Atlanta on the 24th when they face Morocco, which could be a deciding game and all too as well. So I feel like this is a must-win for the Haiti team against Scotland this Saturday in Foxborough, mind you. Yeah, they're in Foxborough, the tri-state area, Philly, unfortunately, not more than New York and all too as well, but in Philly for the Brazil Haiti game, which will be on Juneteenth, which will be a day for me. I'm having a day on the Juneteenth and all. And then, as I mentioned, on the 24th, what's it called there? They'll be playing Morocco for the last group games and all too as well. So yeah, the Haiti's in a group with um, Scotland, Brazil, and Morocco and all too as well. And I thought it was one team, but I guess I got it wrong. I guess it is 2 teams that come out of each group and all too as well. So I don't like their chances. I will like their chances before I heard that Morocco was pretty damn good and all. So that's what's got me a little nervous and all. I really think that the Haiti team can beat Scotland and all. They took care of who they beat handedly. New Zealand on what was this? Was this last Wednesday? Or last Tuesday? Yeah, last Tuesday they beat New Zealand pretty handily. I forgot who they lost to on Friday though. I think it was like 2-0 game too as well. So I mean, not a great performance to be all excited about and all too as well. But I'm trying to remember Peru. Was it Peru? I think it was Peru. I think they lost to Peru 2-0 and all too as well. So a team like Morocco gets me nervous when I see them struggle against Peru. But the way they took care of New Zealand and all, I feel like they can take care of Scotland and all. But obviously the big game, the scary game out of the 3 games is obviously Brazil and all too as well. Obviously a high favorite team and all too as well. Grew up liking Brazil. My pops was a Brazil fan also. Definitely was a fan of them growing up and all too as well. Definitely a big team that the Haitians follow, in my opinion, just growing up and all too as well. I know some Haitians didn't care for them. I know I got some Haitian people that like France and all too as well. So I'm not trying to claim them and all too as well, but still, it's a crazy game though too. See, knowing Haitians, they how can I say it? How can I say it? I want to say they like idolize Brazil or anything like that, but they love Brazil. Last I checked and all too as well. So it should be a great energy game and all too as well. Would have loved to go, but as I've mentioned about that BMW earlier this year, kind of like messed up what I wanted to do financially and all too as well. With the big stuff, with the big stuff I wanted to do and also, but still an option maybe. I'm definitely kidding. I'm definitely not going to Philly to watch that game and all too as well. But probably one of the biggest games and all too as well. As I mentioned to a friend on Twitter, Brazil be fumbling at times and all too as well, especially as of late and all too as well. So we'll see. We'll see if the Haitian team can keep up with them and all too as well. But definitely a winnable game against Scotland on Saturday and all too as well. Definitely iffy games against Brazil and Morocco and all. So it's hard for me to get excited and all too as well. I got a cousin coming out here to watch the game with me and all too as well. He's more excited than me and all, so he's more optimistic about it than me, at least and all too as well. But you never know. You never know. Like the fact that the Haiti team is actually in, or the Haitian team, however you want to label it, and all Haitian football team or the Haitian soccer team, however you want to label it, and all too as well. It's just impressive that they're even in this scenario and all too as well. Like I find it pretty funny that the Knicks are like what's it called? One win away of winning a championship since 1973, like 50 years and all. And you got the Haitian team making the World Cup the last time since what, 1971 and all too as well, or 74 or whatever that is and all too as well, another 50 years and all too as well. So it's just cool. I find it, I never would have imagined a guy who watched the World Cup, young as what, 10 years old or 8 years old, whatever that was. What year is that? When France beat Brazil. What year was that? Was that 98? Whatever year that was, either 96 or 98. I think it was 98. 96, not the same year as the Olympics. But still, you know what I mean? Watching all that, I'd never seen no Haitian team, playing football in the World Cup and all. So definitely a cool thing to see something like that too as well. No, I find it weird that FIFA's hating on the jersey with the whole like army thing on the side and all too. Army thing, my bad. The whole battle thing on the side and all too as well. I think I might buy a jersey just because of that and all too as well. Make a statement maybe and all too as well. But I'm being hilarious at this point and all too as well. But definitely exciting though. That's why I think that's why I'm more excited about the World Cup more than anything this year and all too as well. Definitely have a vesting interest and all too as well. I know I'm Haitian American, so you would think, oh Ralph, USA, they're hosting and all too as well. You should be excited about that too. We'll see. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's game is gonna be pretty dope and all. It's kind of like right behind me and all too as well. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. No, we still have some Ghetto West thing going on. Mind me, my shit. But yeah, that's a good game tomorrow, right? Right there, right there. Yeah. That's a good game right there. I'm not gonna lie tomorrow. I would make some time to, go to that pub that I was talking about to watch a game like that. Paraguay's good. I'm a big fan of South American football. Like if there's a best brand of football in me, at least not South American football. If there's a tournament I'm watching personally and have some type of like vesting interest and all too, as well as always the Copa tournament that South America runs every 2 to 3 years or 2 to 4 years, whatever they do it. It's hard for me. When things happen with soccer, I watch it. I don't be paying attention to it like so excited for the NFL season in August and all, or even the C season coming up in October and all. And we'll talk about the Red Sox too as well. But you feel the build up and all too as well. But and it's an every season thing. Things like Copa and all, and now the World Cup. World Cup every 4 years. I think Copa's every 2 years and all too as well. And all too as well. But that's like my favorite brand of football, or football, yeah, football in soccer terms at least, and all too as well. If no one's catching it, that I love to watch it, and all too as well. So Paraguay, we got teams like Paraguay, I think Peru, no, Peru, Central America, I think it's Central America, which is pretty damn good brand of football too as well, honestly. So I'll give Central America and South America all the love when it comes to football and all too as well. I love their brand of football is dope and all too as well. It's more what I paint. That's probably why when people ask, why I don't watch Premier Premier, what do they call it? The La Liga stuff, the Premier stuff, and all too as well. I'm more of a South American football fan more than European fans. European football, and there's nothing against it, and all too as well. It's not like a vesting interest one or the other. It's just more growing up with South American football and all too as well. So that's where that's what I usually watch more than the Premier League stuff, the La Liga stuff and all, which is good stuff too. I don't want to hate on it too as well. I think like who came out here once against Atlanta United? They had a game out here. I low key wanted to watch it and go see it too as well. And all you got I think it was PSG actually. It probably was PSG and all, and they just won again and all too as well. So Paris Saint Germain, I think that's the name of the team at least and all too as well. So, but yeah, it's the thing I always forget about me being a football fan. I like the South American. I've always liked the South American football, the Copa stuff, more than the know what the Euros do and all too as well, and just no knock. I just think it's more of an upbringing more than anything, at least in all too as well. So, but yeah, I definitely want to shout out the World Cup and all. I'm pretty sure with my next topic, but with my next topic coming up, pretty sure I'll mention the World Cup a good number of times throughout the next month or so and all too as well, especially with Haiti, and definitely have a vesting interest to mention and talk about them throughout the summer and all too as well, because this next topic is kind of depressing for a Boston sports fan at least and all too as well. We got these. I guess you can call them the bum-ass Red Sox at this point because that's what they're playing like at this point all too as well. And it sounds like they're selling this trade deadline all too as well because they have not played well at all throughout the whole season. And I blame Alex Cora. I'm blaming you, Alex Cora, and all, because he sabotaged the team and all. And I get his grievances with a guy like Breslow, apparently, and all too as well. Trust me, I get the grievances with Cora and all too as well. But you would think, going into the season, you get over and all. But the way he was shuffling the lineup and all too as well is just like my clear indication he was sabotaging the team and all. And they can't get out of it, bruh. Like, yo, as soon as they get down 3 runs, the game is over. I think they're like 0 something when they're down 3 runs or more. And I think they've tied a game or here or there, but they still lost the game and all too as well. I saw a news stat where they're like 1-36 with like something involving 2 runs and all too as well. I could look it up and all, but it's depressing and all too as well. Now this guy behind me and all, this dope ass closer has been dope for the Red Sox over the last couple seasons and all. Is apparently rumored to be sold and all, being sold. I know it's crazy that I'm saying it like that, but the Red Sox are apparently or not apparently selling. There's just rumors that the Red Sox are selling and all too as well. I guess if you're new, baseball thing and all too as well. If a team sucks going into the trade deadline and all, the term is baseball team is going to be selling. You know what I mean? Some teams have a fire sale and they just get rid of all their good players and all too as well. The Minnesota Twins kind of did something like that last year and all too as well at the trade deadline and all too as well. And then, teams that are actually good, will be buying at the trade deadline to obviously replenish their team and make them better and all. That's clearly not the Boston Red Sox, who I think are now 12 games below 500. Is that what it is right now? Let me see. Let's take a look. I don't even watch Red Sox baseball right now. Crochet's on the 60-day IL now. No timetable of him coming back anytime soon and all too as well. So what? Yep, 12 games below 500, 27-39. And in the AL, where the third wild card spot is 2 games below 500. I don't know about after today, but before I looked into today, they were I think it was the Blue Jays that are 2 games below 500, but have the last wild card spot. In the White Sox, the team that everyone keeps saying sucks, and they lost their best or their prized free agent possession for the next 15 to 30 days to I think a hamstring injury. Americami, they're the second wild card team and all too as well. So, and then the Rays are leading the AL East, and they probably have a payroll of 170 something, 150 is something and all too as well. So, you got the Athletics. Don't even have a home stadium themselves right now too as well, playing in Sacramento with a better record than the Boston Red Sox. Only the Angels have a worse record than your Boston Red Sox or my Boston Red Sox. I'll claim them and all too as well. But yeah, it's awful. Like I mentioned, Garrett Crochet's on the 60-day DL or IL, or it's retroactive. I think he was already on the IL for like 15 days, or he was put on a 15-day IL, but has been on for like 30 days, and now they're putting him on for another 30 days, courtesy of the 60-day IL and all. I'm waiting to hear the same news about Roman Anthony and all, because apparently they have to shoot him up with some Torterone or whatever that shit is. So the fact that you're doing that and not even the playoff scenario. I think you should probably sit the kid and all too as well. But apparently they're trying to fake it. Like so it was day to day in May. Look where we are. You know what I mean? And I knew it too. Like it was a swing. Yeah, I think one of them half-hearted swings that he hurt his wrist and all too as well. Now, to me, it makes sense why Roman Anthony has not played well all season and all too as well. He probably came into the season with a wrist injury. He looked great in the World Cup and all, and he has not look the same and all. Like he was picking it up a bit, but it's like it's base hits. There's nothing. There's no slugging. There's no doubles. You know what I mean? Like last year at least and all too as well. There's no wall ball singles or anything like that. No. It's just all he's just flat singles to me at least and all. And then I think the wrist thing kind of attributed to how he was playing to start the season and all too as well. So like the crochet and the Roman Anthony news has me like fuck the Red Sox season this year and almost went to St. Louis to catch a game. No, I think I mentioned it about didn't even want to go to the Braves game and all, and they lost that game and all too as well. So just there's nothing positive there. I think the coolest thing that you can see from this team at least and all is Peyton Tolley, your Conley Earlys of the world and all too as well. Guys that should be a part of your rotation going forward and all, but the Kyle Harrisons of the world, what is it, James Tibbs of the world. You got Braden Montgomery hitting walk-offs and all. I forgot what team is that? The White Sox he did that for? It's crazy and all too as well. So you just got everybody leaving the Red Sox and playing well, and then you got guy. I mean, you can't even say that about certain players too as well. Sonny Gray's having a solid season. He was being made fun of about can you rely on him and all. Yeah, you actually can have all the faults of this baseball team this year and all. And Wilson Contreras, yeah, I kind of anticipated him. I thought he could get 30 home runs this year. Kind of, I don't know if he's still on pace on it, but how many does he have? I don't want to care too much. Like that's how much the Sox. I can't even like get excited about stupid stuff like that and all too as well. But he's had a solid season and all too as well. I'm pretty sure William Braves continue this season, even though I heard about the whole like first three batters getting struck out at each of their first three at bats, and that's the first time that's happened to a Red Sox 1-2-3 guy in their lineup since first time in 125 years that's happened to the Red Sox and all too as well. So any way they find to lose, they lose and all. And then what's it called? They couldn't score to start the season and all. Now they score. And now you got guys just blowing. I mean, you had Weissert blowing games for you, and now it's Justin Slayton. Because every time I look, it's a game. Like this game right here, it's 5-7. Look at why, the Sox going to hold the lead. Justice Slayton giving up a 3-run home run because he can't keep the ball down. Keeps leaving it up. And it's a home run ball when he leaves the ball up and all too as well. So now you're talking about Aroldis Chapman getting traded, Garrett Whitlock getting traded, and I guess everybody will get their wish when Jarren Duran gets traded this trade deadline and all too as well. But that's where you're sitting at. There's nothing positive to talk about the Boston Red Sox except for Peyton Tolley and for Conley Early. That's all you got and all too as well. I got no Crochet. I got no Roman Anthony. Marcelo Meyer now is hurt. Apparently he's hurt now too as well. Trevor Story's been hurt apparently and all too as well with the sports hernia and all. Caleb Durbin's been okay now. I saw his splits over the last few games and all. Guys hitting over 300 in June I think I saw the splits at least and all too as well. And I saw a home run from him and all too as well. So you got these cool positive things and all, but you're still 12 games below 500 and all. And apparently, Craig Breslow is not on the hot seat and all too as well. So it's not his fault apparently and all too as well. So it was Cora's fault, and I get it, but still, I mean like this. I don't know. It's the Breslow thing with the players that have left, and not even like the Mookie Betts trade because that wasn't him, at least in all too as well. But I get the whole point of the guys that have left this team and now are playing well for other teams, and you're sitting there and you suck. You're 12 games below 500 in a American League where a team below 500 is in the wild card spot and all too as well. So I guess that's how I'm ending this episode today, and I'll talk about them Red Sox and all too as well. But we'll see. That's the one solace about all that. You got the Reds that were down the dirt last year and all, and got hot, and were able to get into a playoff spot. The Cleveland Guardians were in the same boat too as well and all, and they found themselves in the playoffs where they even beat the Tigers in the playoffs in the first round, right? No. They lost. The Tigers won. They lost to the Mariners, I think, the next round. I think. I think so. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that one all too as well. But it looks like I'm gonna let that go. Let that flail out and all too as well. See if they can figure themselves out and all too as well. So I'm not gonna say that they're selling because the same rumors of them selling. There's rumors about them finding a right-handed bat and all too as well. But I mean, the way they're going, they were holding off the whole like 10 games below 500 and all, but now they're at 12 and I feel like they're gonna get comfortable with the whole double digits below 500 and all too as well. So if thank God for the Haitian football team and all too as well. The summer's not completely dry, so at least June, and if they can't make the knockout round, at least and all. What's it called there? You can watch World Cup soccer for at least July, and then as soon as that ends, at least you got AJ Brown and the New England Patriots to talk about, and all too as well going forward now, which I find pretty interesting. That Keishon Booty is looking like he's staying. I don't know. I think, all right. Let me do a quick football thing. Let me have a little fun at least and all too as well, because I kind of anticipated Keishon Booty getting traded and all too as well, but I, I thought Romeo Dobbs was going to be their Y guy. There's an XYZ thing going when wide receiver terminology when it comes down to the routes and all too as well. I just anticipated Dobbs being your Y guy, but he can play a Z. I just think you're kind of overloaded with Z's with Demario Douglas. I'm anticipating Kyle Williams is a Z guy and all too as well, but who knows? Maybe this is an offense I can go for a Y. I'm going a little ridiculous and all too as well, Drake May does have the ability to throw a four wide receiver offense and all too as well. So I'm curious and all too as well. I really wanted more. What's the word there? Let me find it. I don't know if I can find it, but I just want more pass catching opportunities for the running backs and all too as well this season. They made it a concerted effort to get a fullback in the off season. All I don't know, Gilliam, something like that, from the Bills in the off season all too as well. Like I was a big fan of him too when I saw him play for the Bills over the last season or so. So I really wanted more pass catching and all, but I don't know. This team's kind of got a plethora of wide receivers, which I didn't anticipate. And all too as well, I think most of them are black guys too. You know what I mean? Romeo Dobbs, Keishon Booty, AJ Brown. You know what I mean? Kyle Williams, if he has a good season this year too as well and all. But I got this running joke. You got the Elements. You got the Welkers of the world, and all too as well. They've been great receivers for the Patriots and all throughout the years and all. On the other side of it, you just got Randy Moss and all too as well. Deion Branch, shout out to Deion Branch. I don't want to hate on Deion Branch, multiple time champion, mind you, and all too as well. But you have I think if, for what I'm trying to get with at least, you kind of lacked athleticism from the wide receiver position and all. Now finally, you kind of got it and all too as well with AJ Brown. I won't diss on Matt Collins and even Ethan Chisholm and all too as well. If I'm going to bring race into the whole thing and all too as well, but you know what I mean. But they have a guy like AJ Brown there. I can't think of a wide receiver outside of Randy Moss that this team has had throughout the time I've watched the New England Patriots of my life and all. We're going back to '97 and all, where Terry Glenn was pretty damn dope, but he had his he had his issues back then and all too as well. Mental shit, shit that we don't talk about now. That's what Terry Glenn was dealing with, just some mental health stuff and all too as well. But go to Terry Glenn, it took till Randy Moss came through to really see a dope receiver and all. If it weren't for Julian Edelman doing his thing and all too as well. And Deion Branch, I don't want to hate on Deion Branch and all. The Patriots have lacked in wide receiver, wide receiver talent at least in all of the last 20 or so years and all. So seeing this room with an AJ Brown, Keishon Booty, if he's sticking around, I won't mind him being the Y guy. And you can move Romeo down. You can move Brown and Dobbs around too as well and all. I'm sure you can move Keishon Booty at this point and all too as well, because you have a plethora of guys now. Matt Collins is still there and all too as well. Who am I seeing? Like I said, Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas, and all too as well. And Ethan Chisholm, I'm a fan of Ethan Chisholm and all too as well. So I just think you weren't bad. Like going into the season, the Patriot wide receiver room looks pretty bad. And then look at the Super Bowl, it was pretty damn bad. But obviously throughout the season and all, and they get the whole talent thing that they were facing or the competition that they were facing and all too as well. But it wasn't as bad as you presumed and all. And it looks obviously it looks a whole lot better on paper than what it did last year and all too as well. So you're replacing Diggs with. I feel like you're replacing Diggs with Dobbs, and you're adding AJ Brown to your wide receiver room and all. Like you didn't lose anybody, and all too as well. So it looks promising. I'm not gonna lie. The clips I'm seeing on my Twitter feed too as well. It's hard not to get excited about what AJ Brown as a as a spacer. This is football now, but I just think the space that he can create, because you got to have that you're gonna look at a defensive backfield of the opponent, where could be 3 to 4 guys on the field. What is that? 4 times 2, 8 eyes are on AJ Brown. Maybe not all 8, but six eyes are on AJ Brown for a second or two when you're talking about the 2 safeties up top and whoever's you know facing him 1-to-1 in the cornerback scenario too as well and all. So it's a great scenario to have, and the fact that the Patriots were able to do what they were doing throughout the season with that wide receiver core. You're adding a guy like AJ Brown and Dobbs. Like you're replacing Dobbs with Diggs to me, and Dobbs can obviously give you more because Diggs was more to me just more of a slot guy. That's where that's where he was best. And he could be better this year. The guy came off an ACL injury and all too as well, and was able to play the way he played and all. He could be better this upcoming season though if he was able to come back here or go somewhere else and all. But Dobbs, at the other hand and all too as well, just a younger guy who can do what Diggs did in my opinion and give you a little bit more and all. Because I really was anticipating Kayshon Boutte getting moved, but mandatory camps have started and he's in there for the Pats and all too as well. So it's hard to think that he's not going to be. He's sticking around for the time being and all. Injury here or there changes plans at least and all, but it's hard to anticipate a move right now too as well. The Pats have shown not to go too crazy. You know what I mean, with their acquisitions and all too as well through trades or free agency. Well, at least Vrabel coming in over the last 2 seasons and all too as well. They didn't strike. They didn't strike in the trade deadline last year and all too as well. You can argue maybe it could have helped in the Super Bowl and all too as well. So, but yeah, last quick New England thing, I guess, to help with the negativity of me bringing up the Red Sox and all too as well. So, but I'll let it go though. Ooh, what we got? I went an hour. Probably a few minutes with the whole intro thing and all too as well, so that was pretty cool. I didn't think I was gonna be talking about the finals for like 30 minutes and all too as well. I thought I'd keep it quick and all too as well. But I do appreciate you guys listening and all too as well. Again, if you guys are on the YouTube side, please press on that subscribe button and all, share, support the podcast and all too as well. And again, if you guys are listening on the playback side, leave us a rating on the Apple, Spotify, and Overcast and all too as well. Then yeah, continue sharing and all too as well to help support the podcast and all too as well. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.